Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. I know I haven't posted in quite a few days now, and that's because I've been really sick. You can probably still hear it in my voice, but I actually have a voice today, so I decided I would utilize it and do this voiceover for this build that I had been working on over the past week and really wanted to share, but every time I tried to record a voiceover, it was just, it didn't work out. I did not have a voice at all. So it's a little delayed, but I hope you will enjoy it. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house in the world of Brindleton Bay, and it's coming in at 126,916 simoleons. And it was just an experimental build. I knew I wanted to build in this world. I was feeling like building a family home, and I just started building and we saw what happened. I end up using a lot of windows and doors from, well, mostly windows from the university pack, and then the front door I end up using, which takes a really long time to get to, is from Cottage Living. But here I'm actually doing one of my favorite features of the outside of this home, which is this statement, like, fireplace or chimney piece on the outside in the front of the building that like splits the upstairs windows in half. I think it looks so nice. It's definitely one of my favorite parts of the exterior of this home. But anyway, over on the left here, I wanted to have some sort of bump out coming out from the roof. At this point in time, I was thinking this was going to be the whole size of the house, but I do end up extending it on the left side quite a bit. And then we end up with a separate garage space over on the right of the house, and it just grows a lot because I was originally thinking of this on a different lot and then I moved it here, and we have a lot more space to work with here, and honestly I wanted to utilize some of it. This isn't a lot I build on a lot. This is where there's usually a park, like a pet park. You can see the name of it in the upper left hand side of the screen. I think it's Pupperstone Park in Brindleton Bay, and I just thought this would be a really pretty spot to build a house, so I got rid of the pet park, but that's easy to add back someplace else in the world, the dog park. I don't think I've ever built one of those. Not that there's much you would build, it would be more so like landscaping and placing down like agility stuff, but I don't do a lot of parks because I feel like there's not a lot you can do. I have before though. They can be kind of fun, but I guess I just prefer houses and apartments, occasional community lots if I have a cool idea, but anyway, here is that separate garage I was speaking of, and you can see a little pathway and a driveway leading up to the house and the garage. And I'm lining it with some low-lying fences, and we'll actually be getting this little garage piece from City Living. It's like a mural you can paint on, which I think is pretty cool, and then just getting some trees for privacy over on this side. I think that looks really nice and helps frame out the space, and then of course getting a gate over here that's going to lead to the side/backyard. So there's a fenced in yard, but it's very small, and at this point is when I'm like, oh, the other side of the lot is so empty. Let's expand the house. I can make this a bigger family home and we can see what I can add to it. And so I am starting to mess with the roof here, and this did take a lot of fiddling because I was struggling to figure out how to make the roofs match up nicely without like changing how I wanted this side to look. So I ended up having it so the upstairs is a little bit smaller, and I have these pieces on either side so that there is like 2 levels over there, but it's not as tall, if that makes sense. So I'm playing around with that now, and I think it worked out pretty nicely in the end. I also love the 2 colors that I ended up using on the outside of the house, with the dark brown on the bottom and then the white on the top, paired with this like reddish roof. I think it's really pretty. I don't know, I just kind of really liked it. It's sort of soft and not quite neutral, but pretty neutral, as well as it feels sort of calming and peaceful, which is definitely what I was going for with this build. The whole inside kind of has that vibe too. There are some more colorful portions for like the kids' bedrooms, but for the most part, I was going for like really calm vibes with this house. So hopefully that comes across, but I'm working on some of the landscaping now, getting some shrubs. I end up moving those to the very front instead of framing in here. I didn't like how that looked, but I liked the idea of having some of them here. And then we used some bigger like bushes and a couple of trees and stuff on the inner portion here. And of course, I always have a lot of fun landscaping. I think it's a blast, and trying to figure out like the best location for things to look more realistic, but also like some of the really pretty trees, getting to utilize those is always a lot of fun. So yeah, just figuring out some of these flowers. I really like this pale yellow flower. I think that swatch might be only available in debug, potentially. I don't remember. I also tried to add some vines to the outside, but I wasn't really liking how that was looking, so I got rid of those in the end and getting some more like low-lying plants, and then I changed the color of the fencing here to be this red to match the flooring I ended up using out here. I was very indecisive for a while, but I really love this like brick I have on the exterior of the home. I think it looks really nice, so just figuring that out and then getting another entrance or exit over to the side. So there are 2 side exits and 1 main entrance to this house. And then there's the garage as well. So there's a lot of space in here, and it was so much fun to figure out what I wanted to have in all of the spaces, and then just getting some more windows over here and some flower boxes. I will be changing the flower boxes on the entire house in a little while though, because I decided those ones were just not the right size or style I was going for. They were a little bit too colorful and a little bit too big. So they do go away. But I'm trying to figure out the floor plan now. So there ends up being an office/guest bedroom on the main floor, as well as the primary bedroom, a living room, dining room, kitchen, and I think that's it for the main floor plus bathroom. And then upstairs, I end up having a playroom, 2 bathrooms, and 2 more bedrooms. So it's technically a 4-bedroom house, but it could easily be a 5 or 6 bedroom house. Well, actually, 5-bedroom house. I think I'm counting the office as a bedroom because it has a Murphy bed in it, but the playroom upstairs you could definitely turn into a bedroom as well. So it's a 4 to 5 bedroom house, but I'm just placing down some furniture here as like placeholders to try and figure out if the floor plan I'm thinking of will work. And it did in the end. And then there's going to be a little laundry room in here as well. I almost forgot about that, which was a nice addition in my opinion. I feel like I never add laundry rooms. I might add them in a hallway or in a basement or in the garage. And we have a garage in this build, but I actually have a dedicated laundry room in the house. So here we are upstairs trying to figure out that floor plan. Just figuring out where the bathroom is going to be paired with the other bedrooms. And then, of course, the playroom that I had mentioned, which I think comes out so cool in the end. I really love the idea of adding playrooms to builds that have multiple children. It's a good use of space. And then you get to fit in some of those bigger items you might not be able to fit in a bedroom, like the play tent from Dream Home Decorator, or maybe the puppet station. There's a couple of really big kids items that I don't know how you're supposed to fit. There's also some outdoor ones that I don't really know how you're supposed to fit, like the, oh goodness, what is it called? The slip and slide? I never had one of those growing up, but in The Sims, it's enormous. Is it that big in real life as well? I don't know how to place that ever. It always looks out of place and like way too big. But anyway, we are moving on to the kitchen here now. I used these counters and cabinets from the Jungle Adventure Pack. They are so pretty and they really fit the like color scheme I was going for this house in like really calming, peaceful, neutral colors. So I was excited to use those in here. And then we're just making a little bit of an island that has like a table coming out of it. So there's a little bit of seating in the kitchen for your Sims to eat in here if they prefer to. But there is also a dining room for dinner or dinner parties or any of that kind of stuff. I wanted to make sure to have, I don't know if I would call it more of a formal dining room or not, because it's not really a separate room. It's kind of in the entryway, but I wanted like a separate dining room outside of the kitchen. So that's what I did there. And then just getting some more storage in here and trying to figure out what to do with some of these awkward walls. I also really love the shelving unit that came with Jungle Adventure that I put under the counters. That has like some plates in it and some wine glasses hanging from it. It's just such a cool, realistic touch that I thought really made that kitchen work a lot better. Anyway, this is going to be the laundry room that I had mentioned. It's very simple. I have a couple of laundry machines and baskets. I also made sure to put the parenting board in there. And then this is going to be the downstairs bathroom. It's got a shower tub combo, sink, toilet, all of the things you would need. I wanted to make sure there was a shower down here because the primary bedroom is on this level, as is the office that doubles as a spare bedroom. So there would be Sims that would probably want to utilize a shower on this floor. And then this is going to be that dining room I had mentioned. It's not really a whole fancy separate space. but it is a different room than the kitchen, so I wanted to make sure there was plenty of space for Sims to sit down and dine together. So I decided to put a little half wall over by the entryway to kind of separate that from the dining space. I also threw a chair in the corner as like another one you could pull up to the table for additional seating. And then I am working on the living room. At first I was kind of thinking I wanted to use these couches from Cats and Dogs, but they didn't turn out to be what I wanted in this space. They just felt a little awkward, and I thought a sectional would work a little bit better. So I ended up swapping that out for the sectional from Dream Home Decorator in a green swatch. We'll get there shortly. It took a little bit of fiddling to figure out the layout I wanted for this room, because I also wanted to make sure there was a television in here, but I didn't really want to have that above the fireplace. So figuring out a configuration here where the Sims could sit and look at the fire or at the TV was like a top priority, and I think it worked out really nicely in here, where I'm kind of mixing some more like cozy, more traditional looking furniture in with some more newer modern pieces. And I really, really like doing that. I think it's realistic to mix and match different styles and how long you might have had pieces, because most people don't just buy a whole new set of furniture every however often. They'll be like, oh, we need a new chair or what have you. And then I'm using my great grandmother's, I don't know, bowl. That's not a piece of furniture, but you know what I mean. There's like all sorts of stuff in a lot of homes. So I was trying to mimic that in this house. And then I have just a little ottoman under a painting. And then this is going to be that office/spare bedroom I had mentioned. So I do put a desk in here over on one side, and then we have a Murphy bed on the other with a couch. So that would be probably a nice backdrop if you were on like some Zoom calls or whatever. You have the bookcases and the couch behind you. But those do pull out into a bed if you have anyone staying here and you need the additional space. I think Murphy beds work really well for that kind of thing, a spare bedroom or in some tiny homes and stuff. Obviously, they came with tiny living, but I really like Murphy beds. I just kind of wish we had more of them, but I have a feeling we never will get more, because those were something that were a huge selling point of tiny living. So adding that to another pack would be kind of weird. Kind of like, I feel like getting sectionals with another pack would be strange because of their connection and like big part they played in Dream Home Decorator, but those are both things I would like more of. I would prefer more sectionals than more Murphy beds, but I'd be happy with both, to be honest. I think sectionals are just such a common thing a lot of people have, even if it's just like ever so slightly of a sectional, like there's like a chaise on one side. Like I have a really cheap couch that one side is slightly longer than the other, and that doesn't exist without Dream Home Decorator in this game. So I don't know. That'd be nice to see. Anyway, this is the primary bedroom. It's just very cozy. I have these beautiful green walls. I wanted to make sure we had a television here, a place to sit down. One of the 2 fireplaces in this house is in this room, and it's just super cozy. So then we're heading on upstairs. I don't remember how much I show of the hallway, but there is a little bit of a hallway up here. I just have some like countertops built in, and then this is going to be the playroom. I did not show the bathrooms upstairs on camera. I cut that out because it was really repetitive, basically the same stuff that was in the downstairs bathrooms, and this was already a really long build. And then there's just a bunch of activities in here. So we have that tent I had mentioned, a dollhouse, toy box, art table, we have the science table. I even get I don't know what it's called. It's like a building block thing. It's basically Legos for The Sims. I put that in the middle of the room in a little while, which is from Parenthood. It's something I forget exists a lot, but I think it's a really cool item. And it's also hard to place, but in the middle of a playroom, it made sense to me. So I'm grabbing that here right now and placing that down, and then we're back in the hallway. I think I just got a couple of basic decorations in here. I also added some bookcases combined with those countertops to sort of make it look like there was a built-in unit there, and then just trying to figure out some rugs. It's very simple. Oh, and then I wanted to make sure there was a cat in this house. So throughout the house, you'll see there are a couple things for a cat. So I added the litter box in that bathroom and like a cat tree and scratcher and stuff up here. And then this is the first of the kids' rooms. I didn't put like a ton of like personality-based items. I was just having fun with colors. So this room is purple and the other room is blue and red. And I had so much fun trying to color coordinate everything. That was just kind of the mood I was in. So this is the purple room. I love the avocado shaped rug from Seasons. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's one of my favorites because I love weird shaped things like that. I think that does add a lot of personality to a space, and it introduced some other colors like pink and like a peachy orange and some blues and stuff. So I tried to pull from that in the rest of the room. So we just have a desk over here, a little lamp, and we'll get a couple of toys in the other corner as well. And that's it for that room. And then here we are moving on to the blue and red room, using this bed from Parenthood, which is definitely one of my favorites. I really, really love this bed. Parenthood has some really good stuff in it. That's one of my favorite game packs for sure. Dream Home Decorator is up there too, just because of the sheer amount of stuff we got, and it's all like very useful basics. But Parenthood has some beautiful things as well. So yeah, just got some bright red curtains, a nice ottoman at the end of the bed, a poster, and just trying to add a little bit of personality in here, but still pretty much sticking to a color scheme. Just adding a blue rug, and back to that poster. I really like that poster because I think it's really cool how it has the folds in it, so it was like opened up maybe from a magazine or something and then tacked up on the wall. I want to see more things like that, like some more posters and like realistic touches like that are so cool. I think that'd be a lot of fun for kids and teenagers' rooms if we had more. Which pack is that poster from? Is that one a university one, or... Because there's one from University and one from Strangerville that have some swatches I use a lot, so I get confused on which one's which. I guess it doesn't really matter that much, but anyway, we're outside now and just finishing up the backyard space. I got a toddler pool out here for your Sims to lounge in. I also got a barbecue, a table and chairs. There is a swing set, just lots of little activities, and then I put a couple more skill building items here in the garage. We have a flower arranging table as well as a woodworking bench. I also ended up getting a treadmill in here and a TV. I just think it's a pretty nice area for a couple of different skill building items. So that's pretty much it for the build. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you did okay dealing with this probably relatively painful voiceover. I know it's taken me a long time to record as I'm really not feeling that well, but I hope you enjoyed the build nonetheless and you bared with me through this, and I hope to be back with some more videos very, very soon. Please enjoy the screenshots, and if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and click that bell to be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you so very, very much for watching. Enjoy the screenshots, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, everyone.